Hi everyone, it's Manish. So in this video we'll cover the capability and features those are introduced in Informatica EDC 10.5.2. So okay, let's begin. So as you all aware that Informatica 10.4.1 version, so that was actually the cluster content were stored or stored in the that the Hadoop based cluster. So now in 10.5.2 they have even Informatica has changed the platform itself. So now it is a non-Hadoop cluster, and this is like one of the major change they have introduced. And apart from that, some more changes they have done. So let's little talk about for all the things that is kind of key in this version. Okay. So first, as I mentioned, that more options in user interface. So now, earlier, like when you are searching anything in catalog, so that time you are not able to select filter based on the type of asset. Let's say if I want to search something customer database, okay. So I know it's database, so definitely the resource here in EDC. So I can pre-filter it as a resource and then I can search so that my that the search base will be small, okay, rather than searching in all the thing. And even though if you want to search in all, then you can continue with the default setting all. But if you want to just limited your search thing, or if you want to search the customer table, then you can select the type of table or asset, okay, table assets. So this is like, and apart from that, when you select any of the asset, then you may see some additional information on your right hand side that will show some additional information. So when you click on any of the searched asset, that is also one changes. So basically they enhanced some feature in the user interface as well to make it more user friendly, and even though your search capability will be increased, okay. Then they have that enhances the advanced scanner, okay, in 10.5. So now they have added some more options, like for like some for advanced scanners, okay. And they have even though introduced some new scanner as well, like for IICS, SEPB, ODS, all these things, and Power BI, all these things. So in IICS, like whatever, like when you configure this as a standard scanner, then you can see some debit option. But in advanced, you can that configure with more advanced options, like some if you want to just scan a particular project or folder rather than a complete repository, that also you can do. Like in Power Center standard scanner earlier, we are having option to provide the parameter file, but for not for IICS. But in that in advanced scanner, you may also get the option to provide the parameters. Okay. So basically they have announced in advanced scanner stuff. And not only in advanced scanner, even though in standard scanner also they have enhanced the features, like for Oracle scanners. Now you may that not only scan the table and views, but you can also read extract the metadata from the files or some scripts and some other functions, okay. Similar to that, that for Exxon scanner, that was a standard scanner. Now beginning from 10.5, you may see when you extract from Exxon, then earlier it was just extracting only grocery, but now you can see it is extracting some more facets, like your systems and your data sets, etc. uh, and Snowflake also they have announced. Earlier it was coming as a standard, now it is also moved to the advanced scanner. So you may again get some more functionality similar to other advanced scanner for Snowflake as well, okay. And then in the search discovery enhancement, or we can say similar discovery enhancement, so they have again like this is some kind of that AI based thing. So which is in Informatica known as clear engine. this is a AI based engine, so AI based engine, so that actually perform your similarity, domain discovery, data domain discovery, all these things. So they have also enhanced that particular thing to have more, that similarity discovery. Then DFA. So DFA is a new thing, data flow analytics. So it is nothing but here you can see your end-to-end your logic. Like in Power Center, your mappings, how many mappings are similar, and how is data flow. All these things you can see in the DFA. This is a new features, and that we'll cover in some separate video, because this is, I mean, the DA and data and DFA, data asset analytics and data flow analytics. Both are these are like some new features and good features, so that we'll cover in a separate video. And then term bulk, so business term, like when you want to curate, then earlier it was just one by one, but now you can do in the bulk. Okay, in bulk. So starting from 10.5, so I can mention here other than 10.5 to 10.5. Okay. Ah, Coming to the security enhancement, so of course they have increased the security enhancement. They've done lots of things to enhance the security. And then non-Hadoop platform, so this is a very critical, and you really need to understand now how it will work. So once we'll cover this, then we'll little talk about this thing as well. Okay, like why Informatica has changed from the Hadoop to non-Hadoop platform. Okay, and then performance enhancement. So now Informatica is in this non-Hadoop platform, we are using like MongoDB and PostgreSQL. So of course there is a some performance improvement also there. And then this is also the last point. I mean, it is not the last point, but in this my context we'll discuss it as a last. So from admin perspective, like when you need to perform the LDM backup earlier, then you need to first bring down your service, and then you need to perform this. I mean the catalog service. You need to bring down, then you perform the backup. But starting from 10.5, like you no need to do it. You can even keep your service up and running, and you can continue to take a backup, but the service will be in read only mode. Okay, so basically we can say the hot LDM backup is available in this project. Okay, so now let's coming to the non-Hadoop architecture. So earlier what happens, Informatica is basically using Hadoop and HBase. Okay, and now both are replaced by Nomad and MongoDB. Okay, oh, why this change? So the reason is that the Hadoop based platform that Informatica using, that was going to end of life by end of like 2021. So that is one of the reason Informatica asked to upgrade from 10.5 4.1 to 10.5 for all the vendors. I mean, for all the customers, they were using these services. And the second reason, like with respect to the market trend, so by changing it, it will be more relevant. And going forward, only internal cluster deployment. Okay, like earlier you are using two things. One, you can do this some kind of internal server you can use. I mean, Informatica based cluster deployment. And second, if you already have an instance of Hadoop, then you can use that. Okay, okay. So now going forward, you can use only internal cluster deployment. Okay, so that is the one of the key thing. And uh, now for the storage, so Informatica is using MongoDB, PostgreSQL, Solar, Elasticsearch, and for orchestration security they are using Nomad, and for compute they are using native Java or Spark. Okay, so this is all about like what we can say in the in the changes from Hadoop to non-Hadoop platform. So at a high level, we can say the asset where it is actually stored, asset information. So earlier it was in for HBase, now it is in MongoDB. For graph store, earlier it was graph store means the the relationship and the between the assets. So earlier that was in Janus graph, now it is again MongoDB. For index store, it is SAM, Solar. Okay, and event store, basically DA, that is stored in MRS. State store, it was earlier HBase and now MongoDB. and scan contents store, that is HDFS, now it is MongoDB grid FS. Okay, similarity store HBase has been moved to the Postgres, config store same MRS, monitoring store from MRS to MongoDB, and compute is same. Okay, so basically mirror change happen from HBase to MongoDB and your Hadoop to Movits. Okay, so that is like we can say the high level the understanding of 10.5.2, like what changes they have made. And I hope it gave you some idea on the changes and uh, the EDC from Hadoop to non-Hadoop based platform. Okay, thank you very much. We'll meet in some next video.